And now for the Realdiculous segment, tragedy in Norway. A report that Norway's bomb and gun rampage may be the work of a far-right militant confronts Europe with the possibility that a new paramilitary threat is emerging, a decade after al-Qaeda's September 11th attacks. One analyst even called the attacks possibly Europe's Oklahoma City moment, a reference to Timothy McVeigh, who detonated a truck bomb at a federal building in Oklahoma City back in 1995, where he killed 168 people. Police forces in many Western European countries worry about rising far-right sentiment fueled by a toxic mix of anti-Muslim and anti-immigrant bigotry and increased economic hardship. And in the lead-up to our midterm elections in 2010 and now for the race for the White House, I can say we should expect to see some of the same things. Stories of immigrants taking our jobs, for example, or ruining our economy, and at some point more talks about mosques at ground zero and the evil progressives and anti-Americans who support such a measure. And this, my friends, is the problem. See, as terrible as the events were in Norway, they were not an isolated incident, nor are they the first examples of homegrown terrorism. You see, moments after the attacks took place, many right-wing political commentators, including a former colleague of mine, which I will not name, took to Twitter and Facebook immediately, accusing Islam for the attacks. One of them even mockingly referred to Islam in jest by saying, "A religion of peace, huh?" And as it turns out, the individual responsible for the horror which took place just happened to be a self-described radical Christian follower who was hell-bent on eliminating Muslims. So my point here is really twofold. Number one, understand that in these tough economic times, it's not immigrants or people of any one faith that you should blame. In fact, we've reached a point where to even blame those truly responsible will just set us back even further. Instead, we need to look ahead. We need to focus on how to get this country moving forward again and how to put Americans back to work and put them to work in a job where they can make a living wage doing the work of one person instead of four. And secondly, let's eliminate the idea that every time something tragic happens in this world, it's because of radical Islam. Our policies around the world over the course of the last 10 years have set us so far back that it would take generations to repair the damage. So casting the first stone before a lick of information has been released on what has really happened in Norway doesn't help us repair that damage. To the people who call themselves journalists, who took to Twitter and Facebook in the moments after the events and lashed out at Muslims, I'm going to ask you something right now. Do the right thing and publicly apologize.